Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Augustus Plants. So for today's video, I have a Hoya video. For this time, I'm gonna do my top 10 Hoyas of the year. I know we're barely on October. Actually November. We're barely on November. We still have all of December, but I'm not gonna purchase no more Hoyas. Especially why? Because during this winter-like season, Hoyas are not their best. And I rather give you guys an advice is to stop buying, especially Hoyas during this transition period from hot summer days to like fall and winter, because if you buy Hoyas online, by the time they get to your house they might be destroyed, or the winter could probably, the cooler temperatures could actually kill your plants, and you'll have to pay extra for the heat pack, and you don't want to do that, right? I wouldn't. And then you might be risking a plant arriving to your house dead. So I would just advise you guys during this time, hold off on buying plants, especially Hoyas, and just take care of the ones you already have. This is why I'm making my top 10 Hoyas of the year for 2020. So if you guys want to see what Hoyas made it on my list, just keep on watching. Grab a cup of tea and let's drink together. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about my top 10 favorite Hoyas for 2020. And I also want to share with you guys this little guy right here, my little turkey, my little birdie. This little birdie, guys, it's one of my favorites, and I want to share so you guys can get to know him. So his name is Turkey. His name is Little Turkey. He's a nice little parakeet, and he's very wild. He actually started talking, and he says his own name. Say hi, Turkey. Say hi, Turkey. Little baby turkey. So yes guys, I really wanted to share with you guys my little turkey, guys. He's just a marvelous little birdie. Hi turkey. Hey little turkey. Hi turkey. Turkey. Hi turkey. This little turkey, this little guy, guys, we grew him. This little birdie, we took care of him since he was a little baby. His mom didn't want him, and he was about to die. And so my mom took him out of the cage, and we started hand feeding him with baby bird formula, and look at him now. He's just a massive little baby. We call him Turkey because he was the only little child, the only little bird, and he just got so chunky really fast, and so his name is Turkey. He's just such a lovely bird. He doesn't make bird sounds, he makes like human sounds. Of course it sounds like a bird, but he says his name, and he's very easy to play with. He likes when we carry him, and he's just a nice little bird, and I wanted to share with you guys my little baby turkey. Little baby turkey. So the first Hoya that I want to mention in this top 10 is my Hoya Fungii. I'll make sure to be doing slides here on the side of me so you guys can see an up close of this Hoya. But I have this Hoya in a I guess in a decorative pot. This was actually my mom's, and I took it from her. She's not even in here, she's in Mexico. But yeah, so this Hoya is so gorgeous, guys. It has striking foliage. The leaves are thick and plump like a succulent. It does have lightly speckled, but I just love how easy to carry this Hoya has been for me. I haven't had it for a very long time, but it already made the top of my list. It's similar to like a Hoya carnosa, just like a basic Hoya. Very easy to care for. The leaves are just very nice, very veiny, and has a nice striking foliage, which is why it made my top list. Easy to care for, fast grower, and I just absolutely love the foliage and how it looks on you when you have it like on a bookshelf or something. If you have it like in your living room or in your room, it just looks really nice, and how glossy the leaves are. So my Hoya Fungii, it's definitely my top 10 for the year of 2020. And my second favorite Hoya for my top 10 here in the year 2020, it's my Hoya careC Variegated. I don't know if you guys could hear in the background, there's the tamale lady selling, you know, screaming out there tamales. So you guys could hear her. And you guys are gonna start craving tamales, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, yeah, this is my Hoya careC Variegated, guys. This Hoya, it's one of my favorites. It's definitely I like this one better than my Hoya careC, the regular green. I have it in regular green. I have it like this, variegated. Can you guys hear the tamale lady, guys? I'm craving tamales, but I like tacos better. But so yeah, I was saying I have it. Oh my god, I have it in variegated like this. I have it in all green, and I have it with the inner variegation. I absolutely love this Hoya, guys. It's such a fast grower for me. It's such a fast grower for me. It grows faster, or not as it grows. For it being a variegated Hoya, guys, it grows really fast. I have this one inside my greenhouse, and it's taking a really good liking to it. I had it outdoors before, and it wasn't growing as much, but as soon as I put it in the greenhouse and the humidity level went up, this Hoya started growing leaves left and right. As you guys can see, it doesn't have many like tendrils. It started to grow a little tendril right here. You guys can see it right there. But I mean, honestly, guys, this Hoya has grown very compact. It's very full, I guess because of the humidity level. So this Hoya loves humidity, and for me, it's looking amazing. I like the foliage. I like the shape of the leaves. It looks like hearts, and I really like this. Something that I could recommend for you guys is that when you guys are gonna buy a Hoya careC, don't buy a single leaf heart-shaped Hoya, because more than likely it won't ever make it into a Hoya size like this. If you buy one of those Valentine's heart-shaped single lonely leaves on a planter, you're most likely never gonna see her grow unless the node is attached to the plant. Then it will probably start shooting off new tendrils. But if it's just like a cutting of a leaf with no node, it's never gonna, you know, multiply. So this is my recommendation. Very easy to care for plant. It hasn't flowered for me, but I am really happy with this plant, and it made it in my top 10 because not only I like it, but my mom likes it as well. I actually had another one of these that I gave to my sisters-in-law mom over there in like Kingsburg, and they have a nice one. I'm not sure how theirs is doing, but yes, I really like this Hoya careC Alvo Marginata. Guys, and continuing here with the variegation on Hoyas, I have another variegated Hoya that made it into my top 10. It's my Hoya Australis Lisa. Now this one has a very nice sentimental value for me. So I purchased this Hoya up last year from Europe and Etsy. I've never purchased Hoyas from Europe, and this is my first and ever Hoya that I've ever purchased from Europe. It was a 6-inch hanging basket. It was full. It was a full plant. It was one of those purchases where the plant you were gonna receive was the exact plant pictured. So I was really thrilled. It was a little bit expensive since it was from Europe, and then the shipping. But it was last year, guys, when this Hoya was super rare. And it arrived to me about 3 weeks later, and the plant was mush. It really, pretty much 90% of the plant was destroyed. I was with my mom when I received this plant, and we unboxed it together, and the plant was definitely pretty much dead. It arrived dead. And this was the only salvageable piece of the Hoya, and it was only about, I don't know if you guys could tell, but these leaves right here at the bottom, like these huge leaves, I don't know if you guys could tell, but these huge leaves at the bottom were the only leaves that made it alive. So I planted those, and all of these, as you see right here, pretty much all of these is new growth, and in a year's worth of growth. So it's a very slow growing Hoya, partly because it's a variegated Hoya. And obviously, guys, if you guys have a variegated plant, not just a Hoya, but a variegated plant, it's gonna grow slower than it would if it were all green, right? So I'm gonna do a close-up so you guys can see this Hoya Variegated. So this is my favorite Hoya. This has made it into my top 10 favorite Hoyas because of a half sentimental value, and not only that, the leaves are so remarkable, nice, and pretty. This is the Australis Lisa, and compared to the Australis Tenupe or the Australis Brooksfield, These Hoya, this one in particular, the Lisa, has like a thicker leaf. It's not as thin and wobbly. This is more like a succulent, carnosa, chunky leaf. Very, very thick. And the new growth comes out pink, and then it starts fading off into like a yellow. I'm gonna do a close-up so you guys can see right here. Also, a closer look on these leaves that are just popping out. They're a little bit pink, but as they mature and grow in size, they get darker and pink. And then as they grow more, they start losing the pink pigmentation and start just turning yellow. But absolutely, this Hoya, it's wonderful for me, and it has a nice tendril right here, and I absolutely love this plant, and I cannot wait to have this Hoya quadruple in size and for next season, for next year, because I mean, I don't think it's gonna do much anymore on these cooler temperatures of 2020, but I think starting next year it is gonna take off even more. So I'm really happy with this Hoya, and I cannot believe that it made it alive after the trouble, the drama that it went to on from Europe to USA. So my Stralis Lisa, it's on my top 10. I have 7 to go, so let's continue. So this knit Hoya I purchased from Logis, I don't know how you guys call it. Make sure to leave on the comments below, how do you pronounce this shop? Is it Logis or is it Logis? I say Logis, but I've heard a lot of people say Logis. So it's my Hoya Skinneriana, guys. Look at this. Hoya Skinneriana. Now it doesn't seem like all that amazing and spectacular. It's not. I just really like the foliage on this plant. It doesn't have any like weird veining, or it doesn't have any you know, thick succulent like leaves, but I just really like how it took on the greenhouse and how the leaves look in general. They feel nice and healthy, and that's why it made my top list. So let me do a close-up here, a split screen, so you guys can see this Hoya up close and personal. I absolutely love the color green on this plant. It's a nice, vibrant, deep, glossy green, and the tendril here really took a liking to the little hoop that I give right here. And you can see right here, it's just vining itself on this. It does have little leaves growing on those little nodes that I'm looking at, and the tendril is a little bit fussy. But I absolutely love this plant. It arrived in really good, healthy condition, and it's just taking off from there. I absolutely love this plant, guys. It seems to have been a fast grower for me. I've only had it for like around 2 months, and it already managed to grow a new set of leaves, and the tendril that just intertwined into the little bamboo hoop. It's amazing. So my Hoya Skinneriana, and I don't really hear many people talking about Hoya Skinneriana. I think it's one of those Hoyas that's a little more like harder to find, but I absolutely love it. Like I said, it doesn't have a striking foliage. Kind of reminds me of my Hoya Benitotanii, which did not make my list, but it kind of reminds me of it. The leaves are a little bit thinner than the Benitotanii, but I just think that this Hoya looks amazing, and it's a climber. So yeah. So another Hoya that made it into my top 10 for the 2020 election. It's my Hoya Graffiti Ti, guys. I got this from Coco Ranch Hoyas, and I'm gonna start doing the split screen so you guys can see why I like this plant. So this plant has a lot of marbling on the leaves. It's a very wavy Hoya. The leaves are like wavy, the edges are wavy, and it does have very nice veining on the leaves if you look at them like through the light. And it also has a lot of splashes. I love Hoyas that have splashes. And this Hoya, not only is it wavy, but the leaves are like wrinkled, like they have like wrinkles. And so it's wrinkly, it's wavy, and it has splashes. So when you touch the leaves, they're like textured leaves. They're like, you feel the textures, you feel the bumps. It's a very nice little Hoya, and I cannot wait for this Hoya to start growing for me. It's gonna be a slow grower, from what I read online. It's gonna be a slow grower, but I'm really happy with it. So far, it's doing really nice. And like I said, I like the texture of the leaves, the look of the leaves, and how they look like little string beans opened, if that makes any sense. Absolutely one of my favorite Hoyas at the moment. And like I said, the leaves are glossy and textured, and they have speckles, so great plant. Very hard to find also, but one of my favorites. Right, guys, and we're almost halfway there, and I want to talk about this Hoya right here. This is my Hoya Starwalk. Let's do a nice little look at this Hoya, guys. So let me do this Hoya. You need to appreciate it from the top view, like looking at it from the top all the way down. Hoya Starwalk, guys. I am baffled by this Hoya, guys. It's just a gorgeous plant. I'm gonna be doing close up here on the side, but I mean, this Hoya has not much to say, guys. This Hoya is just marvelous. The tendril here, it's growing, and it has a nice pair of set of leaves growing attached to it, and the tendril started taking off. I have it in this bamboo stick, and it's ignoring the bamboo stick for some reason. It's not intertwining with it, but I mean, the leaves on this Hoya are amazing. It has striking veining and textured. It has speckles, so it's a rounded leaf. It's speckled, it has texture, it has veins, it's glossy, and it's growing a tendril with a set of leaves. What's not to love about this plant, guys? Like, honestly, what's not to love about this plant? This Hoya I've been wanting for such a very long time, guys. This Hoya, it's one of the Hoyas that I really wanted since I started collecting Hoyas, but they're so expensive. And I was lucky enough to talk with Unsolicited Plant Talks April, and she told me that she had one, and if I wanted it, she's gonna sell it to me, and she did, and I'm really happy and I'm blessed with it. Another one that has my heart right now, it's my Hoya Habit, guys. This I got from Coco Ranch about a month ago, and guys, I cannot believe. So this Hoya arrived, and this leaf was very wobbly, but it's actually hardening. It's getting harder, and I absolutely love this Hoya, guys. The veining on these leaves are thick. It's very remarkable, and the size of the leaf compared to my face, guys, it's like, it's crazy, right? Like, I love it. I mean, and it also arrived with a panicle. So let me do a split screen so you guys can see more of a look at this Hoya. Because, guys, so the size of the leaves on this Hoya, it's outstanding, and I only paid $40 for it. The leaves are so big, and they have so much of a veining with them, and I absolutely love this plant. It has speckles, but the thing that gets me is the huge leaves and the binding, the pattern of the veins on the leaves. It's a thick leaf. It's very glossy, very shiny, very big. And I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I have no words to describe this plant. And like I said, it arrived with a panicle right there on top of the butterfly. It's to die for, guys. This Hoya, it's to die for. I absolutely love this Hoya. It's by far one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And my mom has not seen this, so when she arrives from Mexico and she sees this, she's gonna love it. Guys, another Hoya. I have mentioned this Hoya multiple times now, but it is my Hoya Robodobilies, guys. This Hoya, it's crazy because I've never heard of it before, and the tendril is fussy and the leaves are weird, like absolutely weird, guys. Yes, like the size of this leaf, you see how it is, like it's a weird Hoya, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, the tendril is fussy. You can see it on video, but it's very fussy, and it started growing like crazy. I put it in my greenhouse, and right here the tendril, it's already taking off. All of this is pretty much new growth, and it has two little nodes right here, and both of them started growing little leaves. I cannot believe it. The Hoya leaves are thick and chunky. They're super thick, like really, really thick, kind of like a spatulas, like the ones you cook with, that rubbery thickness. Each leaf, it's unique. It has texture, and it's fussy, and it's marvelous. I have no words for it. It seems to love the humidity. I have it in my greenhouse, and I mean, it just keeps growing. It hasn't stopped since I received it. It is from China, so I think this Hoya likes cold temperatures, and if it does, I think it's gonna do well right now. I'm just obsessed with the leaves and how the leaves look, and the shape of the leaves, the thickness of the leaves, how thick and chunky it is, the glossiness. I mean, there's something that I don't like about this plant in general. Like, genuinely, this is a marvelous plant, and I'm so happy to have it. Out here I have my Hoya Mindorensis pink. This is my Hoya Mindorensis, guys. This is my second to last Hoya in this video, and I really like how this Hoya has taken off. I put it in my kitchen, and I have like a window right there, and that's where I have it, and it's actually looking very full, very nice, very healthy, guys. The leaves on this Hoya are thick and chunky as well, They're kind of like curly. They're like loop-sided at the tips, but they're really nice plants. And they also get a little bit coloration when it's exposed to direct sun. They start turning like a little bit more like a hueish pink purple, and I think it looks marvelous, guys. I do have a casualty here. This leaf right here, I guess 2 of them are getting too much sun or too much light, and they do have some burning here on the tips. But nonetheless, it's a Hoya that hasn't stopped growing ever since I received it, and it just looks like a nice little bush. This Hoya, it's ready to be repotted in a larger size pot. I'm gonna probably put it in a hanging basket, but I'm not gonna do it right now because of the cooler temperatures. I'm gonna wait until probably March to do it, or maybe April. But yeah, this Hoya will be on a hanging basket. I absolutely love this. Very easy to care for, very fast grower, and it hasn't grown flowers for me, but I think starting next season, maybe around May or June, it's gonna start growing panicles, and it's gonna start to flower for me. But anyways, if you guys have this Hoya, make sure to give it bright light and don't water it too much. Since the leaves are thick, it doesn't need a lot of water. But yeah, I absolutely love this Hoya, guys. It's one of my favorites. That's just in my top 10, and because it's easy to care for, very fast grower, and yeah, that's all I can say about it right now. It's gorgeous, and I like it a lot. Like, it's like a nice little bush. And to close this video, I wanted to close with this Hoya because this Hoya has a very special place in my heart, because it's the only Hoya that me and my mom have actually placed together in this pot. And from day one, we actually cut this plant into little chunks, and we placed them. We pretty much root this plant from scratch. And to see how it looks now, it's really nice. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know which Hoya it is. It has a weird name. I've never learned how to say it, but it is from Vietnam. It's the Hoya Van Na Nui. This is my Hoya, guys. You see it here, and it's a full basket. It's a full planter, right? It's huge. So I'm gonna leave an insert clip right here of when I received this plant from Coco Ranch. It was just a vine. It had like around, it was a very nice healthy vine, but I just didn't like the aesthetics of it. It was just one long vine, and me and my mom decided to cut it up into little chunks and place it in this particular pot. So we cut little notes, and we planted them here, and they took off crazy. We did this starting last year at I think on June, and as soon as we got this plant, and it took about a year for it to establish, but look at it now, guys. It's crazy. It's amazing, guys. I am so happy and I'm so proud about this plant, and it just doesn't stop growing. If you guys see, it has little new growth point right here on my finger. See that little leaf right there? It has a new growth right there. It's a full plant. The leaves are thick and succulent like. I'm not sure you guys can see it. The leaves are very, very thick, and it's a very nice, gorgeous green color. Also, when this Hoya gets direct sun, the leaves start turning this color here, like a blushing green, blushing red color. You can see right there. I think it's gorgeous. This is Hoya Bang Noi, and I'm going to start. Oh, something I also wanted to mention is that I had this Hoya hanging under my tree, and if you guys can see right here, this tendril grew, and since it was attached to the tree trunk, the tendril, it's full of leaves. You can see the shape here of the tendril on the top, how it was like attached to the tree trunk, the shape right here. So this is something that I want to say to you guys, is that when you guys have a Hoya that has tendrils and they're empty, they're bald, like they don't have any leaves, you need to have the tendril attached to something, so that way it can start growing leaves. If you just have tendrils like hanging out, not attached to anything, they're gonna remain bald. But if you have your tendrils stuck onto like a vine onto something, they'll start growing leaves. Like this one right here too, look. It's crazy how healthy this Hoya is. I'm really excited. I'm really happy with my Hoya Bang Na Nui. I haven't heard many people talk about this one also. This is sort of like a mixture between a Hoya Publicalis and a Hoya Carnosa Green. But the leaves are speckled, and they're absolutely gorgeous, and it doesn't stop growing, guys. Definitely highly recommend this plant, and I'm probably gonna cut a little bit of this plant and put it for sale on my Mercari. If you guys are interested, let me know. But yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really enjoy making this video on my top 10 Hoyas. So make sure to give me a thumbs up and share my video with your friends or in your Instagram. And comment down below if you're interested in buying a little cuttings of this Hoya Bangna Nui, because I'm ready to have this plant for sale. Not all of it, but of course little cuttings. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave a comment, rate, and subscribe. That's it for now, and have a good one. Bye. Don't forget to drink water and water your plants.